Okay, so week 1 is over and we didn't win. We lost 11-21 to the Patriots in Foxborough. So a pretty ugly, kind of hard to watch game, to be real with you. Neither teams could really get anything going offensively, and I did predict that it probably would be a defensive game, but it wasn't good enough, to say the least. Just really not good enough. That was better than last year's week 1 game, so I mean, we're on the right track, I guess, but definitely not good enough, though. We have to play better. Just a few things went wrong. A few things went all right, but so I have a few takeaways to talk about here for week 1. The first one here is that Fitzpatrick really did not look that good in this game. Just wasn't doing a good job getting the ball downfield, and then 3 just really ugly interceptions. One of them came at the end of the half that could have gotten us into field goal range, and then obviously the last one was the game clincher for the Patriots. There was another one early on in the game, but it wasn't pretty, but it wasn't this, it wasn't changing the game or whatever. But anyway, yeah, Fitzpatrick really didn't look good. Devante Parker was off to a good start. He was looking like where he was last year, but then he got injured. So great. That definitely made it harder for us to come back, because for a while he was the only receiver even coming up with catches. So we really got to get him back. I'm going to expect he's probably going to be out for like a week or 2. It seems like he's got like a hamstring injury. I don't think he's going to be out for the season, but not really good for the offense. Devante Parker is such a big weapon on here. He's definitely the most important player, because he was the only way we were really even moving the ball. In general, about the receivers, they were kind of disappointing. Preston Williams came up with, I think, like 1 or 2 good plays, but for the most part they couldn't really give him the ball. It wasn't really on Preston, it's just they couldn't really get him the ball. So, and then Gesicki did also, like, the catches he did have were really good. That's in general about the receivers. Like, the catches they had were really good. It's just, unfortunately, the Patriots defense was just locked down yesterday. So just couldn't really get the ball moving. And even on the run, it still wasn't that good. Patrick Laird was actually the best running back. So we've been talking about Jordan Howard and Matt Breida, but really it was Patrick Laird who was doing the best. And I know Howard is the one that got the touchdown, but still. So kind of an interesting note there. No one was really talking about this guy at all. About the defense, it was like below average. I mean, 21 points, you can do worse. And the Patriots were still looking pretty stagnant on offense. They couldn't get the ball rolling really. Except for one point of the game we'll get to in a second. I just want to note, though, I don't know why we were playing zone. Like, that just made no sense. Like, in my week 1 strategy to win, I said that we should use the corners to lock down the receivers. And if you go in zone, it gives Cam a pretty easy chance to run the ball. Like, that just didn't make sense to me. Not sure why we were playing zone at all. And especially, they just kept going with zone. Like, I was like, guys, this isn't working. I don't know why we're sticking with zone, but whatever. And also another note here is, as expected, we could not contain Cam Newton. Now, I realize that's not an easy task, and I said that we probably weren't going to be able to do this. I was right on what the Patriots were going to do. They mostly ran the ball. They ran the ball with Cam Newton as well for read option plays. The Patriots did do what I was expecting, but it just kind of sucks that we weren't really able to do anything about it. Just got to do better with that. Got to find a better way to contain him. He's going to be tough. Tua time could come earlier than expected, because Fitzpatrick really does not look good. Now, it also looked like this at the beginning of last year, remember that? Where like the first 2 games, Fitzpatrick just looked really bad. But then when he came in after coming off the bench in week 6, he actually looked good. So, don't give up, because this is not as bad as he did at the beginning of last season, but still. And then the last note I really have here is Jerome made a few plays. He had a really good sack, and then he had the one tackle that forced a turnover as the ball fumbled out of bounds. Well, not out of bounds, but, in the end zone out of bounds. You know what I mean? It was a turnover on downs there. So he made a few good plays, but then he also had the one really bad penalty. So, but for the most part, he looked all right. Probably the best player on defense, in my opinion. So, but that's kind of all I got, really. Not the prettiest game. Patriots defense is good, though, so I wouldn't hang our heads too low on that. But 11 points is certainly not good enough. So, that's all I really got here. Not, overwhelmingly disappointed. I can't say this is a total surprise. I thought we had a chance, but, it's not totally surprising we lost this game. But don't hang your heads too low, Dolphin fans. There's still plenty of football left to play. We got Buffalo at home, and we will actually have a crowd. So anyone that is going, I won't be, but anyone that is going, make sure you're as loud as you can, because these Dolphins are going to need it, especially since the Bills are off a win, and the Dolphins will be looking to get on track with them, and as well as the Patriots. So hopefully we can game plan for that. I will be coming out with my Dolphins and Bills week 2 preview on Thursday, so be prepared for that. Other than that, I still hope you had a good Sunday, Fin fans. I am just happy football's back, but we gotta be better than that. So hopefully we can next week. Anyway, Fins up. Have a beautiful day.